Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort.
Go, you drip.
Snort, snort.
I got the drip.
The other news story isn't really a news story, but, you know, it's kind of interesting, and I do want to cover it because it's something that maybe it could have affected me. It did not, but it may affect a lot of content creators, okay? So you guys may not be aware of this, but when you're a content creator who has a certain amount of viewership or a certain amount of attention, you get offered sponsorship opportunities from time to time. Okay, personally, I've been offered sponsorship opportunities from tiny indie games, from products that wanted to get pushed with referral codes and the like, or discount codes, stuff like that. Product testimonials. Hey, I'll send you a product, you test it on your stream and give it an honest review, and that'll give us some push. I've had like Loot Crate. Remember Loot Crate I was a part of for a long time, where it was a referral code kind of a deal. I would unbox it, and then you maybe get that subscription for yourself. I make a few bucks. There were some sponsorship opportunities I had when I was part of Twitch, where I'd play a game for a sponsored stream. I get paid based on viewership of that sponsored part of the stream or whatever. And more. Back in the day, I used to get more of these offers. Today, I don't take them up anymore. I don't. And there's various reasons why I don't. I don't want that to be part of my content. I'd rather just be meaningful content for you guys, not me shilling. But in addition, as you know, I have a large troll element. Likely, if I tried to take on a sponsorship, they would try to ruin it for me, whatever. It's just such a big mess of stress that I don't need. Right now, if I can make a living just doing the content I love and you guys support it via crowdfunding and the like, then I'm good with that. And that's how I'm operating as a business right now, okay? But, especially if you're a small-time creator, okay? And you're getting offered opportunities to make money for your content, you might say, I'm hitting the dream, right? Like, this is what I want. This is amazing, and maybe I can make some money doing what I love, right? But what's happening now is kind of similar. You know what this reminds me of? About a decade ago on YouTube, people wanted to make money on YouTube, and a lot of people didn't have the ability to do so on their own. But if they partnered with a partnership company, the partnership company would run ads on their content, make money, and give them a cut of it. And that's how people were making money on YouTube for the longest time. After a while, all these stories came coming out of horror stories. The company's not paying me on time. They're not paying me what they promised me. I decided against being with this company. I tried to get out of my contract, and they told me they refused. And they had locked me into a 5-year contract, and I can't get out. And now I'm like a captive with this company. So this is what happens. When these companies see money and they see profitability, they take advantage of it. What I'm here to talk to you about today is a big thread that's going on right now on social media in regards to StreamElements. StreamElements is one of the popular services that you can use to have animations and pop-ups and things happen on your live streams and videos. In addition, it's a way that you can take in money. So, for example, you can link your PayPal, you can link other services. I know there's other ways you can do as well. I've never used any of them. But you can link all of those to StreamElements, and then the money comes in, and that's how you make a living being a streamer or content creator, is the money comes in via this service, and it all links up there. There's stats and things you get. You could pay them for a premium service, and you'll actually get like things for your streams you can use, like themes and benefits and other things like that, okay? So if you're part of the StreamElements program, I don't remember if it was a partner program or whatever it is, they may from time to time hit you up with sponsorship opportunities. Oh, this company wants you to do a sponsored stream and will pay you such and such for this amount of streaming as a sponsorship, okay? Sounds good. So if I'm going to run, let's say I'm going to do a 4-hour stream today, and during that stream, I got to make 3 different plugs for a company, correct? Cool. Let's do that. Let's do the plugs for this company or whatever. Well, it ain't what it's cracked up to be. Let's put it that way. Because a post was made by someone basically stating that this is actually, in a lot of cases, it appears to be a scam. Allow me to explain. I'm going to read it here. A warning about StreamElements sponsorships. I've been a Twitch partner and a member of StreamElements Dream Team for several years. I guess Dream Team might be their partnership program or something. I'm not sure. In that time, I did a number of sponsorships with them. I never had any major problems, but things have now changed. I accepted a sponsorship, and my repeated requests to see the sponsorship contract before the broadcast were all declined. Or excuse me, were all dodged. This meant the activation date got repeatedly pushed back. When I finally sent them, when I was finally sent the contract for this sponsorship opportunity, it was only an hour before the broadcast that was going to take place for it. I'm a lawyer. I'm not signing things that I haven't read, so I read it. To my surprise, there were a number of terms that had been added and or been changed from what we had discussed. Most egregious was that I had agreed to a 2-hour broadcast for this sponsorship, but the contract contained requirements for 4 straight hours of promotion. From my experience, this seemed to be an attempt to conceal this contract's terms for as long as possible, with hopes that I wouldn't be able to review it in time for my broadcast, and then I would end up missing some of the critical and added requirements, and that would later justify them to just not pay me for my work. This seems consistent with other complaints that I've seen here and elsewhere about StreamElements just not paying out as they promise. More troublingly, I spoke with a manager who seemed not to be able to identify why this is even a problem. He told me that, you have the choice to sign that contract or not, and if you don't want to, just don't do it. It seemed to him that that was just sufficient. His company's naked attempt to bait and switch me seems not to be any concern to him. I would not in good faith work with StreamElements on any kind of a sponsorship ever again, and I hope that this story makes its rounds and people will scrutinize their sponsorship opportunities more closely in the future. This industry is full of predators who try to profit from inexperienced broadcasters. It's only gotten worse. If you see red flags from any potential sponsor, trust your instinct and move on. I 1,000,000% agree, because I've seen this kind of thing firsthand. It's this simple. If it seems too good to be true, it's too good to be true. You know, I've had personal relations with partner companies on YouTube that promised me the world and did not deliver. And then it turns out they were shell companies. They were scams. They were just trying to get you rigged in and then to hook you in and never release you. And it's like, wow, this sounds like someone wants free promotion. They have no intention of paying anyone. So they do this on purpose, get free promotion for their game or content or whatever it is that's promoting. And then they say, we're not paying you. And what are you going to do? You're just a small-time content creator. You're not rich. You don't have a legal team that's going to sue them for what they owe you, right? At any point, you don't know with these little companies what they're going to do. You don't know if they're legit or not. And, you know, I also had another situation where when I was on Twitch and I took one of their sponsorship opportunities, it was for a small indie game. I think it was called like LO Hell or something, which I have no idea if the game ever fully released or ever made any money. But it was from an indie company. And I tried it on stream. I thought it was all right. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it either. I wasn't going to sit on there and crap on it. I thought it was an okay premise for a game. And I was curious to see what the full game was going to be like because I wasn't provided with the full game. I was just provided with this like demo. So I do the sponsorship opportunity. And a bunch of my trolls and haters go to their Twitter and their Discord and say, you know Darksidefill's playing your game, and this guy is, here we go again, you ready? I mean, I'm going to start, you know how George Carlin, he had his list of words you can't say on TV? I'm going to make up the list of egregious acts that Darksidefill has apparently done. So let's see. Let's see. Ready? He's a racist, he's a sexist, he's a pedophile, he's a groomer, he's a scammer, he's a grifter, he's a beggar, he's a loser. Ready? Racist, sexist. Now I already lost it. What was it? Racist, sexist, pedophile, groomer, scammer, grifter, beggar, loser. All right? I have to memorize these because these are the big 8 that they say all the time. Okay? So, of course, they go over there and they say, here's what Phil is. And let's show them all the evidence. And what do? They go back to the clip from 2010, as if this was yesterday, and they send them that clip and say, this is who Phil is. They go to my moniker, the King of Hate, and they say, see, he's a racist. He's full of hate, even though that's not what it meant. It had a very different meaning than that, as everyone knows. It meant that I was owning the hate that was thrown against me unfairly in my life and motivating myself to do better because of all the people saying I couldn't succeed, proving them wrong. I was being the king of that hatred thrown against me, not the king of hating others. But no one ever wanted to go that far to understand what the moniker meant. Instead, they just wanted to turn it into something it wasn't. So basically, they went over there and they harassed this indie company. And this indie company is convinced that I'm the devil because they're stupid. I mean, let's be honest, because they're ignorant and stupid. They don't do research. They just believe everything they're told. And basically, they say they reached out to Twitch, and Twitch says there's nothing they can do about it because essentially the promotion was already done. And they literally said to my trolls that if we could get out of the contract and not pay Darkside Phil for the work, we would do that. They said that to the trolls, which is legally not possible. That would mean you're breaking your own legal contract. You're violating your own legal agreement, and you could get sued and lose a lot of money for it. But they said if they could do it, they would. But what happened was they went to Twitch, and Twitch said, no, you can't do that. No, it's not happening. And I got paid for it, luckily. But what ended up happening was I was thrown out of the Twitch partner program where I couldn't do those sponsored streams anymore because my trolls made up so much bullshit about me being a racist, a sexist, a pedophile, a groomer, a scammer, a grifter, a beggar, and a loser. That who wants to deal with me? Who would want a sponsorship with Darkside Phil when all they're going to do is spam the internet with slander and defamation about me that's not true, right? And you don't want to touch me with a 10-foot pole. So they turned off my entire sponsorship screen. I didn't get any sponsorship opportunities ever again. And when I asked Twitch about it, they lied to me. They outright lied and said, oh, there's a bug where you don't see them and other people are having the bug. They were scumbags. They outright made it up and lied to me of why I wasn't getting sponsorship opportunities. Everyone else was getting them. Even my own moderators were telling me they were getting all these sponsorship opportunities and they were small-time streamers, but I wouldn't get them. I got nothing, zero. My screen was empty. They turned it off. They coded it out. Okay? So that being said, these sponsorship things are all not kosher regardless. These companies are a lot of times are unprofessional. They don't know what they're getting into, right? They don't know how life works. They think they could just get away with shit. No, you can't, all right? And it's completely unprofessional. And the problem is if you're a small-time streamer, you might think this is your big break. Oh, wow, I'm going to make a bunch of $100 on this stream today. Maybe I could actually turn this into a living. I could quit my shitty job that I don't want to work at, and I could actually do what I love for a living. And I hate to say it, this ain't it. These kind of sponsorships, they're just not. They're not worth the risk. They're not worth being scammed. And a lot of the times, they're just not realistic. It's bullshit. If you want to be successful as a content creator, you have to get enough of a consistent viewership and a consistent fan base that they are going to support you. And that's step one. Then step two, if you want to try to take on sponsorships in addition to already having consistency and you can do it for a living, that's different. But just to say, oh, I'm going to make a living on these sponsorships that randomly come in, whoa, no, because number one, you never know how long they're going to last. You don't know how consistent they are, right? They could go away at a whim. But on top of that, you don't know who's trying to mess with you. Like, it sounds to me like 1,000,000%, a lot of these StreamElements sponsorships, not all of them, probably a lot of them, are scams. Someone trying to get over and get free promotion without ever paying you for it, right? But messed up. So be careful. Be very, very careful with what you agree to, what you accept. You have to be sure that you're basically going through all the proper steps to protect yourself. Read that contract before you do it. You know what I'm saying? You got to read that contract. You have to be careful. You can't just accept that it's going to be everything it's supposed to be at face value, right? So that's unfortunate. And I hope that people read that story and, realize that, sure, maybe if you get a sponsorship like that every once in a while, that's the icing on the cake, but don't put all your eggs in one basket and think I could be a sponsored streamer constantly and I'm going to make a living doing this, because you make some bad decisions and then you end up getting screwed over, right?
I got the drip going. 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 I got the drip.
It's
Go.
like a faucet that's dripping. You can't make it stop.
So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear? Like, this is what I mean, these dumb kids. This is what it is, it's dumb kids.